Morning world, and welcome to a rather pleasant May 31st, Saturday. So a bit of a late start for me this morning. I had some stuff to do at the house, and then famous Dave came. He had a couple of holes to block up. I'm not supposed to tell you that he worked on a Saturday, but he did. He had a couple of holes to block up, ready for decorating on Monday. Kitchen units arrive, I think, Tuesday, so we've got some more stuff to do there. Today for me, I am going to get back on chucking a bit of muck about. And this afternoon, I'm back over to T'other Farm with the Marshall trailer, and that is picking up the last of my bales. So while I was mucking out here yesterday, Reg was busy as well. He got the last spray on. So awns are coming out on our barley, so we've put a fungicide on, and I think we also put a bit of manganese on as well. So that should be the last time the sprayer goes out in the field. Should be. Right, we might need to put a bit of fuel in this before we go over to the other farm later on, but then again we might not. We're just under 3/4. I think we got enough. You can stay here and go on and warm up. That's what's going on down there. I mean, it's not well rotted, but we are due some rain next week. We're having some complaints out here. They've only got one water tank for a minute, which is enough. But I think what they really want is to let them into the next field, which we might do later on. Made quite a big hole in this yesterday. We'll make a bit of a bigger hole again today. This before, not this time of year anyway. Cleaned out sheds and chucked stuff straight on the field. As much as anything else, this is a bit of an experiment just to see if it works. Like I say, we are expecting some rain. We have already put a bit of fertilizer on there. Eddie put that on a week or two back. Not really had much rain. The fertilizer, I'm hoping that most of it's washed in and is helping. This bit of organic, I'm hoping is going to help retain a bit more moisture and give the grass a bit more feed. So we're not going to be cutting any hay off this. So we haven't got to worry about this being baled up or anything. So it is going to be grazed. But that's what we're looking for, a sort of a second bite off that field. And I'm hoping after some rain, 3-4 weeks, maybe I can let them back out. A bit early, but we'll see. Grass still isn't really growing. We still need more moisture. Oh, the t-shirt. This goes back to my motorcycling days. This was a motorcycle rewrite like we did to Royal Wotton Basset. Actually, I'll put the link to the video up here. You can come back and watch it later if you want. Basically, a load of us on motorcycles went to Royal Wotton Basset. It was called the Ride of Respect. And that's what it was. Also a good excuse for a bunch of us to get together and go out on motorbikes. Loads to come out of here. I'll have a look at this other side. Like I said yesterday, there's a lot more wood chip in that. I don't tend to put wood chip on the ground. It says being a pile for 2 years. It takes longer to rock down and can actually suck nitrogen out of the soil, so I got to be careful. I put that nitrogen-based fertilizer on a week or 2 back. This, if I'm not careful, could suck it all straight back out the soil again. So you have to be wary of that. Don't want you up there. Can't close the lid if you do that. That's no, a bit more. There you go. That's better. Bit more over that side, I think. Perfect. I'm actually reasonably good at this. So I might open the gate into the bottom right hand field in a minute and let the cattle go down through there, and then I'll close off maybe the golf course, or shall I close off the avenue? I need to top the top half of this because the thistles are coming up. They're not coming into seed head yet, but as soon as the seed heads start to form on the thistles properly, I think that'll be a case of knock them off. Bottom half of the avenue is still okay. I think the cattle are just bored. They just want to move around. They're not hungry. They're spoiled. That's what it is. Where's me line? There it is. Right, now we're warm enough. Now we can put her to work. Like I said, we're not putting a thick layer on here, and it's quite likely that once I finish this, if I put the topper on, I may want to put the topper over this, because a lot of this, the cattle have had most of the bottom out of it, is the tops of the buttercups and the seed heads. So if I run the topper over this, A, it'll knock out any lumps that might come out of here, and B, it'll hopefully encourage some new growth. That's some aircon, shall we? Oh, that's lovely, going right up my shorts. Right, What can I use? I can use maybe that. So I'm just thinking, if I'm going to let the cattle out in the bottom right hand field, bottom avenue, I kind of need to turn the water back on, so we'll do that. Actually, that came up a lot easier than I thought it was going to. So that down there is my stop tap for down there, which is currently off, but about to be on. Done. Okay. That'll do. I don't know if anybody else does this, but you see the little bit of blue pipe in the fence there? That's how I mark my stop taps. All my stop taps for stuff are usually near a hedge line, and that's how I mark them, so I can find them. I know it's within 6 feet of that blue pipe. That's just how I do it. Right, let's go and chuck some of that. While we're at it, now the water's back on, we'll just check this out in here. Oh, because cattle bent it, because that's what cattle do. They're vandals. So I had to turn this one off, which is when I turned all the water off. But this is our... oh yeah, they did a bit, didn't they? Right. Ooh, they don't look very happy, do they? Not happy. Right, okay, I'll put that back there a minute. Let's see if we can do it without disturbing the ants so much. You've bent over that way, into there. Tighten that up. And we'll have some of that out of there. Oh, the ants are really, really unhappy. Can't imagine why. I'm gonna have to, oh, sorry you guys, I'm gonna have to turn this up because I've got to tip it out. It's all right, you can have your own back now. It's okay. Don't panic. Don't panic. Okay. That should be there like that. Have I got a spanner? I might have to come back down with a spanner. How have they managed to bend that in there? That there, this seems to have been bent in a little bit, and he's just catching. I need to give that a little bit of a twist. I ain't strong enough to do that with my hands. They follow me down. There's definitely a bit of a whinge on going there, so I'll turn that water on over there, make sure that tap's working all right, and then I'll pick my knife up, yes I did. And then I'll let them in. That'll keep them quiet for a week. They'll also be happy not having to come back up to the shed for water. So this should just turn straight on. He says. Now, yeah, there's a bit of poo in there. This could be risky. Is that gonna hold me? Oh, ah. Oh, straight in a turd. I reckon that was a pheasant turd. So we put a dollop of FAM 30 in here when the cattle came out. which is probably why it looks cleaner than it, well, it looks clean, that's why. Yeah, I know what they want. Am I gonna get over there? Oh, this could have been a bad idea. That's the one. But I need to turn it on more than half a turn. That's better. There we go. Right, I won't let them in. I'll let them in on the next time down. Give it time to get a bit of water in there, get a bit of weight on the tank. That's very nearly mowing grass out there. The thing is, if I mow it, what are they going to eat? So, yeah. But there's probably 30 bales out there. If they eat it off the ground, 20 bales. But it's the cost of, and time, cutting it, wrapping it, storing it. And if I can get this back into growing grass in the next 3 or 4 weeks, I don't know. Suck it and see. Where's my start line? There it is. I'm having to go quite fast because this is drier now at the far end of the barn. It's coming out faster and I don't want to put it on too thick. It's already too thick in a few places. They're all stood by the gate. I think they've cottoned on what's about to happen. They can probably hear that water running in the tank. So if I had slurry, that would be the better thing to put on here because it would be broken down and absorbed in a lot faster. I would use slurry, but because, like I said, I don't intend cutting anything. I'm not going to bale anything out here at all. I am literally going to, as soon as this is gone in the ground enough and the grass is coming back, I'm going to open the gate, let the cattle come back in. And of course the other thing is, I wouldn't have been able to do this if we hadn't passed our TB test. If we were still shut down with TB, I would not want to be chucking this on the ground to then consider letting the cattle come back out and graze it. But we've had 2 clear tests. I think the chance of there being any infection is low enough, considering the farm's covered in bloody badgers anyway. It's coming out a bit fast. I might have to go up a gear. This might get bouncy. Especially that way. Like I said, I don't want it on too thick. I want this to get washed in as fast as possible. And it's not that broken down, so it's going to take a bit of effort. One of the downsides of these types of spreaders. It starts off slow and then gets faster and faster as more chains are released to do the job. So you have to, it's not a constant speed, it's not like a rear discharge where the flow is controlled by your push door. This is, well, you have to adjust on the fly. even faster. That's flying out of there now. Right, let's go and sort my ball cock out. I know. I've got me whale. I know it's a bit like taking a sledgehammer to crack a nut, but it was what was convenient, so that's what we had. Okay. I might have got a little bit carried away with trying to bend that. It appears, yes. Enough said. I think I have a spare. Right, I'll take the bits out with me, then I have got them. Oh, sod it. And then what I might do is use that as a template. All I got to do is cut the end off there, really. What I should have done is take it apart, take it up, cut that off. I wouldn't have had to bend anything, so it's just bloody impatience. Me not being very clever. Right, let's make some cat lappy. I just drove past the water tank. He's full, so they can have a drink while they're down here. We just had a family started to walk down the field, clocked the cattle, changed their mind, they've gone on through the golf course, which is fair enough. They don't know what cattle are like. Cattle have got a bit of a reputation at the moment of being nasty, dangerous animals. Well, they can be. They got young calves. Not this lot. They might be a bit playful, but they ain't nasty. I got a frog in my throat. Go on up. You have to go around. You have to go around. You have to go around. Someone just ran into that wooden post, I heard it. That might have hurt. Okay. That'll keep him quiet for a while. Not shut him up though, has it? I really thought that would shut him up. Unless that's thank you. Maybe. Now it's gone quiet. Now they're happy. But again, look at this, all this foxtail grass. It's all going to seed. So it wants knocking off. It was a case of either mow it or graze it. But if you look in this, up there, it looks like there's lots of grass. You get down in here, and everything from there up is seed head. There's nothing in the bottom. Nothing. So although it looks like I should make hay out of it, horse hay, that's probably all I get out of that. But foxtail horse hay. Yeah, somebody definitely ran into that, and I bet that hurt, because they bent it. I might have to come down and twat that with a hammer so I can, oh, look at it. Someone's gonna have a bruised shoulder. So it's the same out here, really. All we've got left out here is really the heads and a little bit of the bottom. We have to leave a little bit in there. We need some green to catch the sunshine, that when it does rain, this can get away again. Rain. I know we go on about it, but apparently, maybe, hopefully, we're getting a bit next week. The spraying's done, I've got nothing to worry about that. The rest of the bales should be in this afternoon, then I won't have to worry about them. then I think it's probably going to be maybe a bit more mucking out and top that off. I want to get the muck on first and put the topper over it afterwards, because the topper will actually help rattle some of that down in there a bit. That's why it's that way around. Got a bit of string there. You can't stay there. Right, looks like I've got a hammer gone off that chain there, so order a new hammer. Some of these will have to be shortened. You can see where it's a bit shiny back of there, so I think we're gonna have to put a bolt in some of these chains and just shorten them out a little bit, stop some of the rattle. Go on, go on. There you go. Let the water out. I didn't see much point leaving it outside. Well, I've got a bit of room underneath a roof. Right, not all the way up, because I'm putting the Marshall on now. How we do for fuel? Just over half a tank. That should be plenty to go to the farm and back. It's all right. I'd forgotten. I left the bell train around here, not out there. So, doesn't matter. I'll just a bit further to go backwards, isn't it? Where's Muck? Where's Muck? There he is. Up you come. Done. Right, well that can stay down here for now. I'll see if I can find a spare ball cock. I think there's one over there. Maybe we'll look at doing that. Or a cup of tea. Just remembered. Okay, so I knew I had one somewhere. Can I make that work? I think I can make that work.